Good evening. Let's get professional here. Good evening. Welcome to BucosLocker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. First and foremost, Happy New Year. Happy freaking New Year. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their holidays. Stay safe out there. Prayers up to New Orleans. Down on Bourbon Street. Those of you that heard what happened. I used to be down on Bourbon Street from time to time. Yikes. It is what it is. But happy 2025. Happy New Year. Come on in. We're going to have a little discussion. We're going to talk about the Bucs playoff run. We're going to talk about Pro Bowl snubs. We're going to talk about the playoff layout. And, it's interesting. All we got to do is win one more game. That's it. That's it. One more game. Do not lay an egg. This is a 99% chance for the Bucs to win. The Saints are in living hell right now. Saints fans, they gotta suck it up, because when they were winning, they was talking noise. Now they're not winning, and you don't hear nothing from them. Saints fans, get ready for the offseason, because your salary cap is terrible. Your team is terrible. You have no quarterback. Your receivers got concussion problems, O-line problems, old defense. You're about to reboot. The Panthers are about to be better than the Saints. The Saints will be the bottom of the barrel. Okay, now let's get back to the Bucs. All the Bucs got to do is win the game. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's keep this simple, Todd Bowles. 99% of the Bucs fans expecting you to win this game. It's almost hard to believe that the Bucs would sugar honey iced tea the bed. Would they do that? Would the Bucs sugar honey iced tea the bed? I don't see it happening. You know what? Let me go back to reference a win that the Bucs had. This is, and people don't understand this, but beating the Panthers a couple weeks ago, that was the biggest win of the season. Bigger than the Detroit Lions, bigger than the Eagles, bigger than the Commanders. Winning that Panthers game in overtime was the biggest win of the season. That saved Todd Bowles' season and possibly his job. Let me repeat. That Panthers game was the biggest win of the season. I kid you not. I'm just giving it real. Now I did. Now let's reference. I know last year, what was it 9-0? We lost that game. They beat us pretty bad. I mean, they didn't beat us bad, but they shut us out. Go into this game, hell on wheels. Put up 40. That is true. Last year, the Saints did beat us. That is true. And that was an awful game, too. I mean, oh, it was that. What was that? What was that game? Yeah, okay. I was thinking the 9-0 game. That was a couple years. Okay, it was the 23-13 game. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I remember we lost that game. It was a head scratcher. It was a head scratcher. Now here we go again. Saints, end of the season. Let's put them in the coffin where they belong at. We are a much better team. It is a much better offense than last year by leaps and bounds. We're gonna run through them. We're gonna beat the Saints so bad. So bad. I promise you, folks. And just by watching tape, we're gonna beat them so bad. You could tell the Bucs want this, man. The Bucs owe them too. We owe them a butt whooping too. We beat them earlier this season. Pretty bad. Now that second quarter was kind of crazy because it was like it scored 27 points in the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird. But the probability for the Bucs to make the playoffs is at 89%. How can they screw this up? There is no way. There is no way that the Bucs can screw this up. Impossible. If they was to screw this game up, it will be an all-time blunder. Virgin Boys, $5 super chat. I like to round it up by 1 cent. McMillan has been going crazy. Wish he played like this all year. And people wrote McMillan off, man. I think this before the season started. I said he's going to be pretty good. And people during the season, people was asking, "What's going on, McMillan? What's going on?" And they disappointed. Now that McMillan is playing his butt off, people have changed their tone. Because I remember people was talking noise. Oh, McMillan ain't doing nothing. And I said this before the season started. And this is another conversation in the offseason. McMillan has 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. That's pretty good. I know a lot of people talking about the Chris Godwin situation. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Jalen McMillan is a lot cheaper, and we can use that money on defense. We can use that money on defense. Oh, 7 TDs. I'm sorry, 7. I'm sorry. My bad. Baker Mayfield has 39 TDs. He's going to have about 40. He's going to probably finish the game with like 42. That's insane. 42 touchdowns. It's crazy. My bad. 7 touchdowns. See, that's even more crazier. I'm just saying, folks. People wrote him off, man. And I just told y'all, man, like, get that trust, man. Had to get trust in him. 89% chance to make the playoffs. I'm just saying, folks. Chris Godwin costs about 25, 24, 25, $26 million. And here you are sitting here with Jalen McMillan a lot cheaper. You can use that $26 million on the defense because you know we need it. We need that money on defense. I mean, I want to keep Chris Godwin, but man, you know what I'm saying? We got an opportunity, folks. And we're going to talk about Shaq Barrett back on the Bucks too. And for some strange reason, they hyping this up, but he hasn't done anything since 2020. So if he back, well, he's back with the Bucks, then why the hell did he leave in the first place? So what was the reason for him leaving in the first place? Now the Bucks need him. What was the point of letting him go? If you know you need an outside pass rush, why did you let him go? I'm just keeping it real. Because he goes to Miami, then retires, and then unretires. Miami keeps him and then releases him. And then the Bucks pick him back up. We should have just kept him. Should have kept him in the first place. You know, but he's just on now. He's back with the Bucks. I'm not expecting much from him. I mean, he hasn't done anything in 3-4 years. He hasn't done anything in 3-4 years. So I hope y'all ain't expecting Shaq Barrett to come here and be some freaking Myles Garrett. He hasn't done anything. I'm not hating on Shaq Barrett, but he hasn't done anything. And then you think he's gonna come in all of a sudden with barely any practice, barely in football shape, and all of a sudden become beast mode? I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Lower your expectations when it comes to Shaq Barrett. If he does anything well, now if he balls out, then it's great. But my expectations for Shaq Barrett is super low. I am not getting my hopes up. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am not getting my hopes up for Shaq Barrett. Some of y'all running around here beating your chest about Shaq Barrett. I warned y'all, don't do it. Don't do it. You lower your expectations. You know, he might make a couple plays here and there, but do not expect him to be on some beast mode stuff. Because he hasn't done anything since 2020. We're in 2025. He hasn't done anything since 2020. Relax. The Bucks, they love doing this, man. If your expectations low, then you won't be mad. If your expectations high and he don't get no sacks, you ain't gonna be mad because he's not even in game shape. He's not even in game shape. He's just gonna probably be ready for the playoffs. But if you think he's gonna come in this game and play a bunch of snaps, do y'all understand how football works? You don't sit out the whole season and all of a sudden come in and be on some beast mode stuff. It takes a couple weeks to get in football shape. When Shaq Barrett get out there, he gonna be gassed after like 2-3 plays. He gonna be gassed. This ain't 2020. Wake up, folks. This ain't 2020. Exactly, Stephen Quintana. When we signed Jordan Whitehead in the beginning, in the offseason, before the season started, folks got hyped. Oh, we got Jordan Whitehead back. He really ain't like that. No, man. Bought Jordan Whitehead back. What has he done in the season? What has he done at safety? Then we got Mike Edwards back. What has he done? Wake up, folks. Wake the freak up. Y'all think because we bringing these guys back, they supposed to come back and be on some beast mode stuff? If they were really like that, they would have stayed with the Bucs. We would have kept them. You don't let good players go. Wake up. Get out of your inception. This is not Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. This is not Inception. Wake up out of your reality. Jordan Whitehead, Mike Edwards came back. What have they done? And then Shaq Barrett comes back. What is this, 2020 again? Them boys not good. Relax. Relax, folks. They're not going to do anything. Oh, we got Shaq Barrett back. Yeah, them same folks that said we got Jordan Whitehead back, and what happened? The same folks that said we got Mike Edwards back, what happened? Secondary still boo-boo. Pass rush still non-existent on the outside. That ain't gonna change much. The Bucs, they are who they are. The Bucs are heavy offensive oriented. The reason why the Bucs should be 12-5. The Bucs should finish the season 12-5. But unfortunately, because of that weak defense, lack of pass rush on the outside and that secondary, it's the reason why the Bucs gonna finish 10-7. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Todd Bowles. Defense is the reason why we're 10-7. If the Bucs had a half decent secondary, the Bucs would be 12-5, 13-4. Easy. But no, I told y'all this. Todd Bowles gonna hold his team back, and I told y'all, and I stand on that. I stand on it. The reason why this team is 9-7 right now is Todd Bowles and that freaking defense. Until we get that secondary and that pass rush lined up in sync, the Bucs are going to always be 9-8, 10-7 at best. This is peak Bucs, folks. This is peak Bucs until they get that defense right. And we had a WTF. We had a couple of WTF games. We had a couple of WTF games too. Over the Falcons game. Dallas game was a WTF. What was that? Those are 3 freaking losses that the Bucs should not have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. The reason why this team is 9-7 is because of Todd Bowles and that freaking defense. This is our peak. This is the peak of the Bucs, folks. That Falcons game, oh my God. Both of them Falcons game, my goodness. I mean, 49ers, Cowboys, Falcons twice. Chiefs game. Like, what was that? Until the Bucs get that defense right, the Bucs are going to be 9-8, 10-7 every single time. And this is the best version of the Bucs you're going to get until that defense get better. And exactly, Virgin Boys. If y'all better hope we keep Liam Cohen. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all better hope Liam Cohen don't want to go get a head coaching job. Y'all better hope. Because if he leaves, oh my gosh. Here we go again. Another OC. 3 years in a row. Anyway, the Bucs, and before the season started, I said, 9-8, max 10-7, and right on cue. Right on cue. I know what type of team this is, folks. I know what type of team this is. The Bucs are not bad. They're actually good. It's just because of Todd Bowles that the Bucs are not better. The Bucs can be so much better if Todd Bowles was a better coach. The Chiefs game, the 49ers game, both of the Falcons game, the Cowboys game. That's 5 games right there. It's better coaching, just better coaching. Get that defense together, the Bucs can win 12, 13, 14 games. Easy. Shout out to the Commanders winning that game against the Falcons, because the Falcons could have won the game if the field goal kicker had a stronger leg. If Young Wei Koo was in that game and makes that kick, the Falcons will be 9-7 right now. Anyway, Big Bucks, $2 super chat. Who's the cornerbacks this week? I doubt Dean played. Dean. Oh my gosh, we got rid of Carlton Davis, Seatbelt Davis, which I was okay with, and we paid Jamel Dean. You paid Jamel Dean. You know the Bucs got to draft a quarterback, or they got to get a veteran cornerback. They got to get a good vet, like a Stephon Gilmore. They need like a Stephon Gilmore type cornerback that's still good, that can cover. I'm not worried about the Bucs offense. I'm worried about that Bucs defense. That's the problem. 9-7 because of that defense. The Bucs offensively hasn't had a lot of bad games. A couple bad quarters, a couple bad halves, but a overall bad game. The Broncos game. But that's expected playing defenses like that. Second half against the Ravens, couple quarters against the 49ers, Chiefs. We have our bad quarters, but as far as bad games, I think the only bad game offensively the Bucs have is against the Broncos. But outside of that, the 7 losses that we do got, those games we had bad quarters. Bad second quarter, bad third quarter. The Bucs are very strong in the fourth quarter, but it's that second and third quarter in those 7 losses outside, or 6 losses outside the Broncos loss, because we got 7 losses right now. But if you just go back and look at the season, the only bad game the Bucs offensively they had was the Broncos game. Outside of that game, it's been a bad quarter, bad 2 quarters, a bad quarter, a bad 2 quarters. See, you can't have bad quarters and expect to be consistent. And I think this game, the Bucs going to be offensively driven. And the reason why the Saints going to be bad this game, and I will say this. Yeah, we hurt. The Saints hurt. All teams are hurt. But if you just look at the Bucs, we are a better team than the Saints. We've been the better team the last couple of years. The one thing I will say about Jason Light that he's done correctly. He did not do what Mickey Loomis did. Stubborn and staying with the same thing. The Bucs reloaded or rebuilt on the fly with a young team. The Saints thought that they were a quarterback away and they got Derek Carr, which was a terrible decision. They should have used that money on other areas, but they thought Derek Carr was the missing link. Clearly, the Saints need a quarterback now. They're not going anywhere with Derek Carr. It's not happening. I got to give Jason Light a lot of credit on this because he did the right thing. He built through the draft. Did y'all know last week the Bucs rookies outscored and outperformed the Carolina Panthers offense as a whole? Let me repeat. The Bucs rookies had more yards than the Panthers offense. So the Bucs clearly have a better roster than the Panthers and the Saints. The Falcons roster is pretty decent, pretty good. Those two teams will be vying for position moving forward. The Saints and the Panthers are going to be terrible moving forward. I'm not sold on Bryce Young, and I definitely not sold on Derek Carr. For the next couple years, it's gonna be the Bucks and the Falcons. Michael Penix, he's the future of the division. He's actually pretty good. I watched him play. He looked good. Jalen Daniels looked good, but Michael Penix looks good. Like he's gonna be a problem. The Falcons got some good players on their team. Young offense, good O line. They got to tighten up in their defense, but I like the Bucks' chances. But it's gonna be fun to watch the Falcons and the Bucks go back and forth. The Bucks got a foundation. The Falcons got a foundation. Let's keep it real. You might not like the Falcons. I get it. And I'm with you on that. But just from a football perspective, they got a good foundation. Running backs, O-line, quarterback, receivers. They got to get rid of they got to get rid of Kyle Pitts. He's terrible. And I'm a Florida guy. Defensively, they're pretty decent. They got to tighten up the pass rusher like us, But defensively, they've been playing pretty good the last few weeks. Last 4 or 5 weeks, they've been top 10 in all major categories. Sacks went up. Oh, also the Bucks. They did a stat. In the second half, the Bucks lead the NFL in a points allowed in the last 5 weeks. But also, you have to look at the competition too. Just keeping it real. I mean, the only two teams that was worth a damn that we played was the Cowboys and the Chargers. So those defensive numbers the last couple of weeks have been skewed by bad offenses or the Bryce Young, the Drew Lock. It's been skewed. The Raiders quarterback situation. The Saints quarterback situation. So I'm not saying the defense has looked better, but once again, the teams that we played in the second half are not in the playoffs. Luckily, the Bucs schedule played out exactly the way I thought it would be. A week back into the schedule has allowed the Bucs to get on a win streak. Just like last year. This almost like a mirror image of last year, folks. A week second half schedule. We're going to host a home game. Packers, Commanders, Vikings, Lions. Somebody's coming to Tampa. Whoever comes to Tampa, hopefully our defense can hold up because our offense is going to be good, but it's just their freaking defense. And I'm going to say this again. Team games are won not by one player. Games are not won just on one side of the ball. Moving forward, after we beat the Saints, we're going to play hard teams, folks. Now, yes, we beat the Lions, we beat the Commanders, and we beat the Eagles early in the season. Let me repeat. Early in the season. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the Commanders are not the Commanders than when we played them. They're not the same team. The Lions are not the same team when we played them. The Eagles are not the same team when we played them. And we are not the same team. Well, we kind of been the same team, kind of, middle of the pack. The Bucs offense pretty much been good the whole season. Like I said, as a whole, they got a top 10. They're number 3 in the NFL in total yards. In total yards, they're number 3 in the NFL. So offensively, the Bucs offense for the most of the season has been good. And if you just look at the Bucs just throughout the season as a team, not just offensively, just a team, the record pretty much exactly is what the team is. 9-7 right now. Remember, the key word is team. Team. As a team, the Bucs are exactly what they are. As an offense, the Bucs are top 5. That's not how it works. The Bucks rank 5th in the NFL in rushing yards allowed defensively. But that's kind of skewed because teams like to throw the ball in the Bucks because the Bucks got a weak secondary. The Bucks are the 5th ranked rush defense in the NFL. The 5th ranked rush defense in the NFL. That's skewed, folks. Because if you look at the percentage of teams, or if you look at the percentage of passing attempts or pass percentage when teams face us, teams throw the ball when they play the Bucks because they know the Bucks secondary is weak. So once again, it might look good being a top 5 run defense, but our secondary is bottom 3. Our pass defense is bottom 3. Let me confirm that. So it's skewed a little bit because our pass defense is not good. All the teams in the playoffs are good. So let's get it real. This ain't no Raiders and Giants and Panthers in the playoffs, folks. This is real games. So let me give you the Bucks pass defense. DJ1, what's up, man? What's that? What's that, Buckles? What's up, man? Here's the Bucks. So teams run the ball 36% of the time on the Bucks. Teams throw the ball 63% of the time. What does that tell you? Oh, what the Bucks got a top 5 run defense. Oh, let's put some context to that. Teams are completing opposing quarterbacks are completing 66% of their passes against the Bucks defense. Passing yards per play, 7.2 yards per play, 18th in the NFL. Opponents' passing attempts per game, 29th. The Bucks rank 29th in the NFL, which basically the Bucks secondary or Bucks pass defense is the 3rd most attempts per game in the NFL. Number 3 in the NFL, 36 attempts per game on our secondary, on our linebackers. Opponents' passing yards per game, 244 yards per game, 29th in the NFL. What did I tell you? Bottom 3. So, the Bucks got a top 5 run defense. Yeah, but they got a bottom 3 pass defense. See how that works? What does that tell you? What does that tell you, folks? Todd Bowles, man. Bucks got a top 5 run defense. Sure. Total defense, the Bucks give up 344 yards a game, 21st in the NFL. And that's been, and they went from like bottom 5, bottom 3, bottom 4 because they've been playing the Panthers, the Raiders, and the Giants offenses. That kind of skewed their numbers to kind of push them up to 21st in the NFL. Outside of those bad teams, the Bucks defense has been terrible. The Bucks got to tighten up, man. But we're going to finish the Saints off, though. I know that. If the defense was better, man. The Bucks would be so much a better team as overall. But remember, the reason why I like using the word team, the Bucks got a dynamic, crazy good offense. But team-wise, the defense brings the value down. Because the thing about it is when you look around the NFL, teams are not evaluated just on one side of the ball. Which is the reason why the Bengals, great offense, but their defense is not good. You got to be a complete team to be at the top. But unless you got the Lions offense, but the Lions defense have been playing pretty solid too. So it's just one of those things, man. The Bucks just weird, man. But we are the best team in the South. I know that. We are going to beat the Saints. We're going to blow them out. I hope we beat the brakes off of them. It's going to be fun, folks. It's going to be fun. The Saints gonna start out good like they always do, or they're gonna start out hyped up. They're gonna try to play with some pride, but not enough. We're gonna beat them silly. We're gonna beat them holding their hand, and we're gonna hold their left hand, and we're gonna take that belt in our right hand. We're gonna take our left hand, hold their other hand. We're gonna whip them. We're gonna whip them. Did not tell you. Didn't I tell you to stop talking noise to us? We're gonna beat the brakes off of the Saints. But there's also the marvels. What if the Bucks lay an egg? I don't see it happening, but what if the Bucks laid an egg, man? That'd be so embarrassing. Because you got to expect the Falcons. They're going to beat the Panthers. But we cannot lose to the Saints. It'll be so bad, man. Oh my God, I can't even picture this happening, man. Let's just play what if. What if this Bucks lose to the Saints? Would that be the worst loss in Todd Bowles' coaching career? The division in your hand. All you got to do is win. If they lay an egg, would that be the worst loss in Bucks history? Oh, if we lose that game, boy, I try to tell you, boy, I'm gonna be the loudest dude on social media. I'm gonna be the loudest Bucks fan in social media history. Because I'm gonna be on Todd Bowles' neck if we lose that game Sunday. You won't hear the last of this. I'm gonna have a 6-hour stream. Do you hear me? If we lose this game Sunday, it's gonna be a 6-hour conversation. A 6-hour live stream, folks. Anyway, let's talk about the Bucks Pro Bowls, man. Vita made the Pro Bowl. Yep, he made the Pro Bowl. And then we got a bunch of Baker didn't make the Pro Bowl. Crazy, right? That's crazy. Baker didn't make the Pro Bowl, but it's crazy because when you look at the quarterback situation in the NFC, they put Jalen Daniels in there, but I understand why they put him in there. He's a rookie. What, Baker's in his 8th year, and Jaden Daniels is in his rookie year. Got the Commanders at 11-5 right now. So you have to kind of like, and he's been electric. 4,300 yards total offense. He's been electric as a rookie. Never seen a rookie like this. He has CJ Stroud, but you have to kind of give him that, because as a rookie, that is crazy. What he's done as a rookie, like, you can't put that up. You can't just say, oh, you can't just say, nah, we can't put him in the Pro Bowl. And then you got Jared Goff. Of course, he's going to be in the Pro Bowl because the Lions offense has been crazy. Then you have Sam Darnold. Vikings are 14-2. So it's hard to leave Baker out of it because Baker has been performing. I mean, yeah, he got 15 interceptions, 39 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. I get it. But I'm saying, like, I get the reason why they put Jaden Daniels in there. I get it. I get it. As a rookie quarterback, you don't expect that. But dang, how you leave Baker out of that? He's a Pro Bowl alternate. Mike Evans, Pro Bowl alternate, which is understandable. There's too many good receivers in the NFC for Mike Evans to be over with, because it is, the thing about Mike Evans, he's been one of the most consistent receivers ever, but he's never been the best at any point of his career. Like, as good as Mike Evans been, he's never been the best receiver or a top 5 receiver at any point of his career. Every year, there's been receivers that are better than him. And it's just so crazy that as good as Mike Evans has been, he's never been the best receiver. He's never been a top 3 receiver. Never been a top 5. Like, go back and look at the history. Every year he's played there, that you can easily name 5 receivers better than him. Every year he's played. He's played during the era when every year has had some beast receivers, like this year. AJ Brown been hurt, so now Amon St. Brown. I mean, my goodness. I mean, Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Like, God dang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every year he's played. He just can't. He's, even way back then, AB, Julio Jones, Calvin. Like, every year he's played, it's always been some beast mode receivers. Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, prime Stephon Diggs. It's been every freaking year. CD Lamb. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's never can't be the top dog. Even going back to 2014, 15, 16, like, when you look at the receivers, it's almost like before you get to Mike Evans, you have to name like several receivers before you get to him. A prime AB. Mike Evans has never been better than AB. Never been better than AB. Ever. And Mike Evans is really good, but he's never been better than AB. Ever. AB has been the number 1 guy, number 2 guy, number 3 guy multiple times in his career. Mike Evans has never been that. Even when AB was on our team, you knew he was the best route runner, the fastest guy, the best hands. AB was that dude for like 3-4 years in a row. Mike Evans has never been that. Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, like, you get what I'm saying? DeAndre Hopkins, you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys have been the guy. And then fast forward the last couple years, he's had to deal with some young guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Brian Thomas Jr., the young guy. He's looking good as a rookie. It's just crazy how Mike Evans is kind of filling in the radar because there's been too many good receivers overshadowing him. He don't even have the best hands on the team. Chris Godwin do. Chris Godwin do have the best hands on the team. Let that sink in. But Mike Evans has been consistent. And we will make the playoffs. There was a point in time, I hate to say this, but there was a point in time Michael Thomas was the best receiver in the NFL. 149. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, prime Mike Thomas was that guy. Unguardable. It's crazy, man. But Mike Evans has been consistent. But let's get back to the Pro Bowls. Who was the alternate? Did Levante make an alternate? I think who else made the alternate for the Bucs? Let me look at the Pro Bowl alternates for the Bucs. I know Baker was an alternate. Mike Evans was an alternate. Tristan Wirfs was starter. He made the Pro Bowl. Yeah, Vita and Tristan Wirfs. So it was Baker Mayfield, Chase McLaughlin, Levante David, and Mike Evans. Alternates. How many Tristan Wirfs didn't make, he wasn't named the starter though. Panay Sewell and I think Lane Johnson was the tackles. But you know, Tristan Wirfs made it. How many all pros do you think the Bucs have on the team? I think the only all pro on our team is really Tristan Wirfs and Baker Mayfield. But will Baker Mayfield make all pro over Jared Goff? Sam Darnold? I think Baker Mayfield will make all pro. He'll probably make second team all pro. Let me ask y'all this question. From a football perspective, what kind of contract would you give Sam Darnold if you was the Vikings or anybody? Would you give Sam Darnold a Baker Mayfield contract, or would you give Sam Darnold a $50+ million a year contract? Because you got to be careful with Sam Darnold, man, because he's in a perfect situation, man. Like, for real. Like, I mean, those guys are already good before Sam Darnold got there. That's the thing about it. Like, it's the same thing with Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, those guys are already good. Like, I just don't see Sam Darnold elevating a bad team. Like, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, they went to the perfect situation where the team was kind of already constructed. Like, to put Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold on a Titans team or a Jaguars team, you know, a bad team, I just don't see those guys elevating guys to the next level. But Sam Darnold, that's a very, very tricky situation because we've seen Sam Darnold. We've seen Sam Darnold. And you mean it? And here's the funny thing about Sam Darnold. His first good season, he finna get the bag. He's had 6 years of bad tape. And one decent season, one good season, above a outlier season, he's going to get like $40 million plus dollars. Think about that for a second, folks. That's all I understand. Like, how do you go multiple years of playing bad football, multiple teams, 4 or 5 teams later, you get a bag? At least with Baker Mayfield, at least he had a prove-it year. And he's had some flashes, but Sam Darnold has never really been good. At least with Baker Mayfield, he did some things in Cleveland. You know, top 5 run game, top 5 O-line, you know, like where he's at right now. Top 5 run game, top 7 run game, top 10 O-line, and Baker looks good. I always grade quarterbacks when the situation is not perfect. So that's why I can't look at Sam Darnold and say, give him $40 million. I can't do that. Because to me, this is a clear outlier for Sam Darnold. It's an outlier. He's going to get paid off an outlier season. Because I don't believe it until I see it again. But the question is, do the Vikings keep Sam Darnold and keep J.J. McCarthy? From Adam Schefter said, teams are going to call the Vikings about J.J. McCarthy. And then here's the funny thing about the Bucs. The Bucs are going to have to pay Baker Mayfield after this year or give an extension. And then what do you pay Baker Mayfield? $45, $50 million? Which means you're going to hurt your team even more. Al's 335. $5 super chat. I will give him another 1-year improvement deal. I can agree with that because I don't trust Sam Darnold. At least with Baker Mayfield, he's put 2 years back to back. But do you pay Baker Mayfield $45, $52 million a year? Because the Baker contract is going to allow the Bucs to move or be flexible with the roster. But if Baker gets 50, 55, 53, 50 something million dollars, you're going to hamstring your team. Then how do you give Baker a $50 million a year contract extension? And how do you pay Chris Godwin $24, $25 million? How do you do that? How do you pay Baker Mayfield with a contract extension, which the Bucs should do, and pay Chris Godwin? Because if you give Baker that money, it's like the 49ers. If they give Brock Purdy over $40 million a year, they're going to be cooked. The 49ers are going to be cooked if they give Brock Purdy $40 plus million. They're going to be cooked. $45 million a year. They're going to be cooked. Because in the Bucs situation, how do you pay Baker Mayfield? How do you pay Luke Gadecki? How do you pay Chris Godwin? And you got to pay Luke Gadecki. So that means you pay Tristan Wirfs a ton of money. You pay Winfield Jr. a ton of money. A lot of money for them to come off the books. You're going to have about $26 to $28 million in salary cap. Now you got to pay Luke Gadecki because he had a 4-year deal, a rookie deal, which he don't get a 5th-year option. He gets paid this offseason, folks. Do you extend Luke Gadecki and Chris Godwin and Baker Mayfield and disregard your defense? Think about that, folks. You got to pay the O-line. And if you got to pay your quarterback, obviously, right? But how do you pay Chris Godwin? Somebody gonna get left out because you paid Tristan Wirfs, you paid Winfield Jr., you paid Mike Evans. How do you pay? How do you pay Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Tristan Wirfs, Winfield Jr., Luka Decky, and Chris Godwin? And Chris Godwin too? And you know that defense is bad. Boy, the Bucks got some decisions to make. Yeah, he on his first year. He's in his first year. But you might have to extend him next year, though. I told y'all it was the reason why they signed McMillan, or why they drafted McMillan. They knew this was coming. I think McMillan gonna be good, really good. Ain't gonna be cheap too. He won't cost $20-something million. You still got to pay Luka Decky. Trey Palmer is the reason why the Bucks drafted Jalen McMillan. Trey Palmer runs weird.
Coming up, we'll have more on how major stars have transformed their community, like Jared Goff, using his influence to uplift the city of Detroit. The students that I've been able to work with are so being talented, so that smart, so creative to see these kids in this.
That is true though. Is Baker top five? Well, top five in the NFL or top five in the NFC? Trey Palmer terrible. He's so bad. They got Miller out there. They got Raheem Jarrett out there. Trey Palmer gets no burn on offense.
Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year special, brought to you by Newfield. I'm Walter Payton, here. And it's an honor to share these stories with you. Nationwide,
Do you pay Kate Otten?
Recognize 32 nominees to represent the leagues committed to philanthropy and community impact.
Do you pay Kate Otten?
The highest standard on the communities they serve, feeding the hungry, pushing for quality in education, providing housing and employment assistance. Their touch is felt. And this year's class of nominees stand out in every imaginable way.
But we don't get nothing for kickoff returns or punt returns. Trey Palmer ain't got no wiggle. I know, right? I like Devin Colt. Yeah, I was surprised by the block punt too. Devin Colt gonna be a problem. So I mean, the Bucks can move on from Kate Otten. The duck here. That ducky.
Each nominee comes from one of the league's 32 teams, which means that every city in the NFL's footprint he's traded to Detroit. Since then, he's become a fixture in his adoption.
Did y'all know they sold out of Bucky Urban jerseys? I think everybody knew Bucket Irvin was RB number one like after like week 3. Bucket Irvin jersey sold out. Everybody knew Bucket Irvin was RB number one after week 3. Nobody wanted to see Rachaad White after week 3. It was pretty clear. If Bucket would have started like at the beginning of the season, Bucket Irvin probably had about 1,600 yards. What took so long? If Bucket Irvin would have started week 1, he would have like 1,600 yards. But no. Everybody knew it. After week 3, everybody knew it. Rachaad White is a third down back. That's what he is. Rachaad White is a third down. I told y'all this, man. Third down running back. Bucket Irvin, it's the far superior running back. Rachaad White is a watered down Le'Veon Bell. He's a watered down prime Le'Veon Bell. Sean Tucker, yeah. Everybody call him Sean Tucker too. I remember that Rachaad White switched to jersey number 1, like he was number 1. Bucket Irvin came on that team and was like, not so fast, my friend. Rachaad White has been influenced by Le'Veon Bell. It was you that wanted to get with me. It was you that's never mentioned with me. It is you that hate to see me like this. It is you that never mentioned. It was you when I mentioned with Ghost, you never mentioned with me. It was you. When they mention the Ghost, that's never you that's mentioned with me. That was you getting mad at the numbers I'm making. It was you that when they mentioned the Ghost, you never mentioned with me.
And that vision of better future for those to come is shared by each and every nominee. When we come back, we continue our closer look at this year's 32 nominees, brought to you by Nationwide, who are proud to celebrate players on.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, I think Sean Tucker should get some more carries, man. You don't say it. It was all looking into the space cadet. You gave my flowers with hidden colors. You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
The 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year special continues after this.
Let's up it. Let's get abducted. You don't say. You don't say. The alien gonna get up. The alien going upstairs. The alien about to up it. Well, F it. Let's get abducted. You don't say. You don't say. You gave my flowers with hidden colors. You don't say. You don't say. Sue. Chill, gang. Chill, gang. Somebody tell Miss Hustle to come hold her liquor. Chill, gang. Sue. Chill, gang. Hey, boop, boop. It's Harlem over everything. He even did it on her. Sue. Chill, gang. You talking up in here like you have your mouth. I saw when you gave me my flowers. Hidden colors. You don't say. You don't say. You don't say. Sue. Chill, gang. Chill, gang. Hey, boop, boop. The alien gonna up it. Up it. Let's get abducted. Chill, gang. Sue. Chill, gang. Grizzlo, $2 super chat. Let me know when you go to a game next season, Buckos. I will. Home game. I got you, man. Well, this season I had too much going on during the season to kind of go to a game. I was not able to attend any games this season for the first time in a long time. But next year, definitely going to some games. This year I couldn't. I was in the process of moving, had some things I had to take care of that became a priority. But it's all good. But I'll definitely hit some games up next year because I'm situated now, settled in my new spot. You know what I'm saying? Just had a lot of stuff going on. So those of you that did not see me at the game this season, I did not do a live stream at the game, is because I was in the process of moving. Chill, gang. Sue. Gave my flowers. You don't say. You don't say. Anyway, the Bucks are playoff ready. Hashtag playoff ready. It was all looking into the space cadet. Hashtag playoff ready. We are there, folks. We're not playing. Oh, I didn't know Denzel Ward's dad passed away with cardiac arrest. You look just like his dad. Yeah, get Mike Evans at 1,000 yards, man. I didn't know Denzel Ward's dad passed away with cardiac arrest. Man, he looked just like his dad too. I know the Bucks defense better get ready. because everybody they finna play is finna be good. And they ain't playing no Raiders. You ain't playing the Giants. You ain't playing the Panthers. You know, you're not doing that. Everybody in the playoffs are good. Commanders are good. Let's cut the crap. Let's not try to downplay. Ain't nobody in the playoffs good. The Bucks, the best team in the playoffs. Yeah, man, the Bucks are really like that. Nobody can stop the Bucks. That's not how it works. That's not football talk. Everybody in the playoffs are good. Commanders is good. Eagles is good. Lions is good. Packers is good. Vikings good. The Rams is good. Everybody good, including the Bucks. Stop trying to downplay other teams to make the Bucks look like they're the number one team. Everybody's good. No lacking. All right? Bucks fans, no lacking. Come with the energy Sunday. I'm going to do a live stream. Everybody get ready Sunday. Oh man, the Bucks is the only team that's going to be. No, man. The Rams ain't good. The Commanders ain't good. The Eagles ain't good. We beat them. The Lions ain't good. We beat them. We beat the Commanders. They ain't good. We beat them. The Eagles ain't good. We beat them. The Packers, they're not really like that. Yeah, the Vikings suck. It's only about the Bucks. It's just Bucks. Everybody else suck. Really? Really? Oh. Who got the worst defense in the playoffs? The one thing that worries me about the Bucks is that freaking defense. It's that freaking defense. That's the only thing. Todd Bowles in that goddamn defense. That scares me about the Bucks. They got the worst defense in the playoffs. Let me repeat. The Bucks got the worst defense in the playoffs. Let me repeat. The Bucks got the worst defense in the playoffs. You don't say. Anyway, hashtag playoff ready. Shouts out to all the Powers and Sea Bandits. Subscribe to the channel. Like the channel. Share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. With that being said, hashtag fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag playoff ready. Hashtag no excuses. Hashtag we really like that. Hashtag Ducky Irvin. Oh man, I like that one. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag why? Hashtag what are we doing? Hashtag what is this? Hashtag possibility over probability. Hashtag reality over optimism. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? Sunday, folks. I better see y'all. Live stream. Don't be late. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have some fun this Sunday. BucosLocker signing out. Enjoy the rest of your evening, night, and once again, Happy New Year to all Powers and Sea Bandits. signing out. Peace.